The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City, our venue for the 18th round of the Liga Virtual F1 2021 series. Reinhardt with another great qualifying performance this weekend, placing himself comfortably on pole position in Q3. However, he wouldn't stay there for very long. You can see here the Aston Martin of Rodriguez gaining on him in the slipstream and obviously making a move into turn 1 here. Stays alongside through this entire section here, through turn 2 and 3 as well, and gets ahead to gain the lead. Adam Guzicny, meanwhile, quickly found himself running out of space in the tightening turn 2 chicane, but could escape with only minor time loss here. The bigger field this weekend was quite noticeable. Carlos Venio, after his defeat in Austin, was obviously quite desperate to make a point of beating the Williams of Reinhardt. Both of them battling numerous times with a little bit of contact, a little bit of rubbing and bumping there throughout the entire opening stages, side by side through the chicane. And here he actually has to stick back, go behind the Williams again before he can make a move later this lap. And here we go, out of the S's into the stadium section, and gets past. Someone who was less fortunate in the S's, however, was Giuseppe HD in his Red Bull. Momentary heart attack, spinning half around in the S's, but staying lucky, doesn't get hit and keeps the car out of the wall. Danny here keeps the cool head, however, goes past that Red Bull and tries to make a move around Jeff's Alfa Romeo, but the American defended brilliantly and kept the Spaniard at bay at the time. Right down the road, however, on the front straight, first time DRS open. Next attack at turn 1. Jeff isn't as lucky and actually gets turned around by the Red Bull and loses a lot of time in the grass. Fast forward, however, same situation, but in lap 6. See a horrendous crash into turn 1. Cabeza Speed tries to get past with DRS, flips multiple times after a hard hit into the wall. Both cars heavily impeded. The Haas is so shaken up that he hits a Mercedes trying to find his way past and spins both out. Obviously, Asita very shaken up from this incident. Right after this horrendous crash, however, even more drama. 6 becoming the unlucky number for a number of people here. Rodriguez loses the rear end like Giuseppe HD before him, but gets hit by a tank slapper and flies into the wall, losing the lead and also marking the end of the Aston Martin's race. Next up, a couple of moves into turn 1. First, Akinatron after the 3-place grid drop, getting past Valdinger's Haas, and Cabeza Speed making an easy move past the Frenchman Nico Maimo. Next up again though, after a bit of more calm racing, again luck runs out for Giuseppe HD in the S's, hits the wall very hard but is luckily able to carry on. On lap 10 then, favorite DRS zone once again, sees another pass, Danny finding a way past the number 3 McLaren, and a few laps later, his teammate Cabeza Speed follows the way past, and Guzicny not really able to find any rhythm whatsoever without losing positions here and there to the Alpines. Right after that, obviously also shaken up by losing these positions, Guzicny loses the rear end here through the beginning of the S's. His teammate going past, the Frenchman Nico Maimo going past. And right after that, of course, here comes the Haas of Asita again. Uses this mistake to close the gap, goes past the McLaren. And obviously the tires are cooked, he can't fight back properly. And of course the overspeed off the straight, that's an easy pass for the Haas. The next Haas, however, not so lucky. Slow exit out of the last corner. Giuseppe HD a little bit luckier this time around. Gets past the Haas very, very early on the straight. But we saw errors in the midfield and down the field. But not just there. Here we see Kovacic in the Mercedes losing the rear in the stadium section on the throttle here. And then next up, again, on the brakes, on the curbs, the tires are cooked. This of course allows as well Aceite in the Haas to catch up. You can see him here in the background. And the tires of course completely overheated, flat spotted, and Aceite just thanks for the free position, goes past, and the overheated tires of the Mercedes not allowing Kovacic to fight back whatsoever. On the last lap, however, he can't fully stay out of trouble after he gained this many places, coming to turn 1 once again against Cabeza's speed in his Alpine. The two try to go side by side through turns 2 and 3, touch multiple times, and both of them spin off. Both of them try to rejoin. The Alpine is a little bit faster there, but Aceite here in the run to turn 4, instantly in the slipstream, makes a move, instantly down the inside, and goes through. At last, though, it is the last lap. And what would the last lap be, if not talking about the winner of the race? Carlos Fenio with a dominant win, showing why he is the championship leader. Reinhardt in his Williams comes in P2, decisively behind the winner, but still happy, obviously, with a second place. And the Alpine of Danny completes the podium. But the race behind wasn't quite over yet. Cabeza Speed and the other Alpine tries to make a late move. Very hard, goes for the over and under, but loses the rear end. A little bit too much curb, a little bit too much speed carried into the corner. Aceite thanks him for that mistake, takes P4, and the Alpine stays in 5th place. Less and less races for this season, however, though. The gap to the championship leader has opened up again, but we will see how this race will go on November 5th in Brazil for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix at the Autodromo José Carlos Pachi. Stay tuned and please tune in again.